Hello once again, this is Andrew with the Play Critically Livestream and the Switch Focus Podcast, and Season 18 of Diablo 3 has just begun, and I'm going to go ahead and get started on it. I've decided to play as a monk this season, by far the class I've played the least, so I still have a bit of a learning curve with it, but I spent the past week playing through the campaign with it, so I've learned a few tricks. I should be able to level up fairly easily now. And I just started a game, didn't mean to do that. But let's go ahead and get this character refreshed, and then we'll get started. There we go. Alright, let's see what's happening this season. Okay, there we go. Ina's Mantra increases the effect of your Mystic Ally and the base passive effect of your mantra by 100%. Gain the base effect of all 4 mantras at the same time, and gain the 5 ruined Mystic Allies at all times, and your damage is increased by 750% for each Mystic Ally you have out. Dang. Okay, let's start working towards getting that set. And there's a new passive buff for the season. I don't see it active right now, though, so maybe I won't be able to see it. I can even remember where it is you look at it. There we go. Triune's Will grants an area of focused power when attacking an enemy. Okay. I'm getting a late start on this, so I'm sure there's people out there who have already leveled all the way up to level 70 and probably have done most of the leaderboard achievements. But that's alright. Maybe if I had my skills set up properly. There we go. So that must be the Triune's Will effect. It's weird. Triune of Determination. I guess I'm supposed to stand in these and then I get some passive bonuses? I don't know. I have a cat flipping out in my room right now, as cats are tend to do. Sorry, just a second. She's rubbing up against the microphone. Don't know how much noise that made, but sorry. And let's get one of my pets out. I always forget to do that at the start of the season. It's a good pet to match with my monk. Yeah, let's go with Humbart Wessel. There are faster ways to level up, unless they've changed it, unless they've nerfed it. Last I checked, the fastest way was to go to the Hell Rifts in Act 4 and just do those over and over and over again in adventure mode, and that would get you to level cap in a couple hours. But I don't mind doing it this way. I don't mind it taking a little bit longer. I'm not trying to open it, trying to attack. Thank you very much. Where is this guy at? My goodness. Like just around the corner and then to the right, it looks like. These Triune buffs I think would be a lot more useful if I was playing as a ranged class. Which I usually do prefer to play as ranged classes, but I want to do at least one season as each class. If only because the seasons do make it much easier to get your class's set bonuses, and, well, more importantly, the sets. At the very least, doing the season journey, the first part of it, with the class in each season will get you their set. Like, one set, at least, of their 4, so that makes it a little easier to get the other 3, even if you're playing in non-seasonal mode at that point. So yeah. As I slowly work towards getting every set, which is my long-term goal. Short-term, play through each season with each character. Wow, I can barely hurt these guys.
I don't have enough spirit.
Luckily, they can barely hurt me too, so it evens out.
Not enough spirit.
Keep your distance from him. This burden is mine to bear. May death bring peace from your madness, Leon.
Traitors! Even in death, the armies of Condorks will still obey their king. Even if you will not.
I need spirit.
You dare to bring the walls of life into my tomb?
I don't have enough spirit. Not enough spirit. I need spirit.
Oh, really? Wow. Okay. That has never actually happened before with Diablo 3. I'm astonished. Oh, wow. That does not give me good feelings about this season's patch. Wow. 220 hours I've been playing this on Switch. That's the first time that I can recall that it's crashed. Wow. That sucks. Oh, shoot. See, they haven't changed the season journey, have they? Complete 5 bounties, suck at 5 gems, and blah blah blah. No, season journey's still the same. Okay.
My name is Lochdanon, and I'm cursed. Once the captain of King Leoric's army, I left only to honor my land and my king. No man has a greater love for his king than I had for mine, even as I drove my blade through his dark and corrupted heart.
Oh, this is gonna be fun.
I crave a good fight.
Oh. Ah. Starting over in a new season always sucks at the start. I always forget just, you know, how weak you really are when you first start out. Because you spend so much time just steamrolling through packs of enemies like this, then you drop back down to level 1, you have no equipment, and it's just a harsh reminder of how this game really does start out. There, now I'm getting some runes. That'll help me a little bit. Yeah, I'm not even gonna get close on this.
I heard rumors of Zakarum warriors called Crusaders.
Came closer than I thought I would.
I was able to deduce that this order was founded 200 years ago, just as Rakis took his army of paladins west. But these Crusaders went east on a very different mission.
Another thing I always forget to do when I start a new season is bring one of my companions out.
Let us seek honor together.
I always forget to grab a new companion. Always. Always, always, always. Not once have I remembered to take a companion with me when the season starts. Breath of Heaven, no interest in that. I just remembered another time when the game has crashed. Happened clear back when it launched on Switch, back in November of last year. So yeah, the game does crash. It doesn't happen often, but it does. Okay, I'm a little less concerned now about this season. Now there's Dashing Strike. I'll be using that a lot. Mostly for transportation, but still nice to have it.
My studies indicate that a high-level cleric of the Zakarum named Akan began to sense the corruption that was eating away at the heart of his faith. He knew this corruption would eventually destroy his beloved church, and that he must take action. After much prayer, Akan hit upon the idea of an order of crusaders.
Already getting noticeably stronger. The curve in adventure mode isn't quite as bad as it is in the campaign. You level up a lot faster in adventure mode. There they are.
Rethink your intent. Not enough spirit.
This fight is over.
Stop. God, I just want to attack.
I don't
Not
have
free
enough
the villager. Attack. There. Now we can free the villager. And level 10 already. My goodness. Hit the increased movement speed buff.
Well chosen.
Actually, since I'm playing as a melee class, I think I'll go for the enemies that are hit. Oh, by the Templar. I thought it took added that bonus to my attacks too, but just the Templar, that's alright. Templar does not hit enough things for that to really be worth it. I'll take the life regen.
I need spirit.
It was Lazarus. Of that I am certain. He alone had the king's ear, and whispered dark and evil magics into it, instilling the notion of an imminent attack by Westmarch. Afraid to speak against the Archbishop.
That'll probably be Leoric's crown. That's what you typically get at this level. Sometimes you get Helm of the Blind too, though. Could be either one. Or maybe it'll surprise me. Yeah, it's Leoric's crown. Yep. Okay, that's an excellent one to have while you're leveling. Just socket a ruby into it and you'll level up even faster.
I need to go back.
When I was playing through the campaign, I didn't really bother socketing anything because I wasn't worried about my stats or about leveling up faster, but I will definitely be using a lot of rubies while I'm leveling up here in adventure mode, and then working on my Paragon levels. Another long-term goal, and actually I'm getting pretty close already, is to max out all the Paragon level stats. I'm like level 540 or something now in my non-seasonal play. So about 3/4 of the way there.
monstrous creature.
Beneath the endless tide.
Oh, why don't you just hold still? This is why I like to play as the ranged classes. Because enemies don't run from the ranged classes. They just stand there and let themselves get blown up. A long way to go for this. Usually there's a waypoint that takes you right to the zone you need to be in, but I gotta go through a few areas to get to this quest. Very unusual. Each season they do switch around which quests you are able to roll in each zone a little bit, so I guess they've added this one back into the rotation, because I don't remember this coming up at all in the last season. Because last season I was also playing as the wizard, so it was probably a lot easier for me to just zip through these areas without paying any attention to what I was fighting. Ooh, I'll take that.
Not selling any of my wares to these inhuman monsters. I resent that knowing look in your eye. But since you're here, why not buy something?
Not even paying attention to what I'm getting when I level up. I had a rune that I didn't even equip. Bad me, bad. Here we go, okay. Kill the warden.
Starved of the sun, I no longer know what day it is. I can hear the warden, my husband, and that dog Lazarus discussing my fate. My life will be over soon, yet I fear more for my poor Albrecht's future in the wake of his father's madness. If only Aiden were here.
This fight is over.
I don't have enough spirit.
We have just arrived in Tristram, and I must say, I'm a bit dismayed. This place is a backwater filled with serfs and an ancient broken-down monastery, hardly fit for the king of Kandorus. I cannot fathom why Lazarus was so intent on this becoming our new seat of power.
It's almost as if Lazarus has ulterior motives. Alright, that weapon I bought didn't last very long, but that's alright. There really is no point in buying anything, but... oh well. Gold isn't worth much either. I have over 1 billion gold in my non-seasonal characters, and I have nothing really to spend it on. Exploding palm. That's alright. Exalted Soul, I'll want that when I get more passive slots, but not right now.
We now call home. Young Albrecht seems to be enjoying himself in our new home, however. Perhaps I am simply suffering from an imbalance of humors brought on by the recent change of time.
The endless time.
Okay, taking much longer than I thought it would. There's my...
My strides grow longer.
Beat this boss, and that's my first 5 bounties done for this season. It really should not have taken as long as it did. One-handed weapon was more damage than my two-handed weapon. That is, oh, never mind. Replaced almost immediately. But still, to find a one-hander that out-damages the two-hander you're usually using almost never happens.
Your deeds. You have finished.
Oh, it's always so quaint seeing my artisans reset to level 1. Start getting Hadrig upgraded. This is what really sucks about the Switch version, is every time you start a new character and every time you rebirth a character, you get another one of these Legends of Ganondorf, which you have to sell. You also get a new amiibo portal, which you cannot sell. You have to drop it. Oh, and you can't drop it either. You have to put it on a character, then delete that character. It's the only way to get rid of your extra amiibo portals. And every time you rebirth a character, you get a new amiibo portal added to your inventory. So rebirth enough of your characters, you just have a bunch of these worthless portals floating around on all your stashes. It's just, it's such a headache. And they still haven't fixed it. They still haven't put out a patch that makes it so that way you can sell amiibo portals, or so you don't get a new one every single time you rebirth your character. Especially since I've rarely ever actually used my amiibo portal. I think I used it a couple times the first day the game was out, and then haven't used it since.
For they are the greatest of the demons, and even whispering their names seems to poison the air around me. They are divided into the lesser evils, Belial, Asmodan, Juriel, and Andariel, and the prime evils, Mephisto, Baal, and Diablo.
Not enough spirit.
Yeah, while I'm thinking about it, let's get my Dashing strike move to B. That's where I'm used to it being at.
A necro.
Over to you.
You hear their angry voices. Still more remain. One more left. The howling of the... Wait. Listen. They're coming! We have denied... Thank you. 2 decades ago, my mentor faced the forces of evil and emerged victorious. I cannot hope to surpass his achievements, but I will try to bring balance to the raging forces that threaten to tear the world asunder in these days. The spirits are restless.
I have heard troubling news. Another cult has emerged from the shadows. Its members gather to the north. They conduct their rituals under the veil of the shrouded moors, where few will think to look for them. One can only guess what dark rituals they will pursue in the forgotten corners of the world.
The Hermetic Cult's kind of fun. They added this in a patch. It's only here in Adventure Mode. You'll never see this area in Campaign. And there's a little story in here too if you follow the entire area from beginning to end. But I'm just here for the bounty, so I'm not gonna do that. But it's just filled with just all these little enemies that you can just slaughter by the dozens. It's a lot of fun running through here. Really captures what makes Diablo 3 work.
There is no end to the number of rituals these cultists will use to twist mortal flesh. Some call the process ascension, a lie that no doubt buys them convenience. But mark my words, these abominations have not ascended. They live only to suffer and hate, until they meet their final death.
Everything has changed. First, Belial was thwarted in Chaldeum. Then, Azmodan in Ariat Crater. Their deaths shook the 7 hells. But they were merely the harbinger for the return of Diablo as the prime evil. Though his power was unmatched, he was defeated.
So clearly his power was
The
matched.
Angel of Death followed. Who could have done this?
The Nephilim. Welcome to the New World Order, my friend. Humans kick ass now.
we find more like that?
Somewhere in here is Gruul. I'll find him. I just gotta wander around long enough.
Gathered the most devout, driven, and martial Zakharum adherents. He taught them to channel the power of light in the same way that the newly founded paladins were being tested. But these recruits, these crusaders, were given insight into the primal powers of Zakharum in a way no paladin ever could.
We must stop him for our master!
I have to try a little harder than that. Wow, okay. Somewhere in here there's a named monster named Gruul. Somewhere.
The Chaldean aqueducts were created by order of the Trade Consortium Council after the Dalgar Oasis was discovered 3 centuries ago. Though Chaldean had been prosperous for many years, a reliable source of water allowed the city to grow even further. Luxurious public fountains were built to provide safe drinking water for everyone.
What the heck? There he is, finally. Wow. Serenity. Transcendence, another passive skill I'm gonna want, but don't have the slots for it yet. Yeah, alright.
Storm breaks! What you ask is impossible.
Heck yeah. Always love seeing weapon upgrades. I didn't think that would work on him, but I thought I'd try it. There we go. That'll get me a ruby for my helm. That'll increase the rate that I gain experience points, which is never something to sniff at. Even when you're at cap, having more experience points coming your way helps you get Paragon levels faster, so good all around. Some people I know like to switch out their helmet gem once they're at level cap, but I always go with a ruby. Always, always, always have a ruby. Is that a barbarian weapon? Wow, okay. I noticed that when I was playing through the campaign of the monk too. I keep getting drops for classes that I'm not playing as, which I thought was not supposed to happen anymore, but seems to still be happening with the monk, and I'm not sure why. There we go. Let's run back to town real quick and socket that ruby. No, never.
I've hardly seen him rest since we met.
Now you know why angels and demons fear the Nephilim, Laura.
There we go. Just a little boost with an unupgraded gem, but it still helps a lot. Let's see, how much of a boost is it? 19% bonus experience, so like every 5 monsters I kill is like killing an extra monster. You know, that adds up. Especially with the number of monsters that you kill here. A couple dozen in each zone. That really adds up. And the legendary effect for Leoric's Crown actually increases the effect of any gem socketed into it, so I'm probably getting better than 19%.
My understanding grows. Wrath of Yitar.
Crippling Wave. 7-sided strike. I might start using that when I'm at a higher level. But that's it for now.
I cast off these petty illusions. Behold the true vision of the Lord of Hell!
Oh, nice upgrade there. Lost my ruby, but that's okay.
The world bastion.
Shouldn't say lost my ruby, rather replaced my ruby.
That will serve me well.
Alright, now off to Act 3. I like to do them in order because I'm very anal that way. Used to be that it would actually give you a bonus if you did a certain area that it had highlighted, but they removed that somewhere along the way.
Not enough spirit.
These creatures won't go down easily.
I have been fortunate enough to learn much of the barbarians' complicated history in my time. Yet the origins of these large, mighty warriors are hazy at best. Legend holds that they are the offspring of Volcathos, an ancient who embodied their ideals of strength, bravery, and courage.
I keep pressing the wrong button for my dashing strike, which is dumb because I changed it so I wouldn't do that. Played through the entire campaign last week with dashing strike on the B button, and now for some reason I keep wanting to press X for it. Oh, but I still have 100 enemies to kill here. My goodness. Sometimes the Keep Depths area can kind of mess you up with its geography. Oh, man. You have to run a lot further than it really feels like you should have to. You know what? I'm just going to go right to the waypoint rather than run back through all these holes I've already gone through. Oh, maybe this won't be any better. Yeah, this isn't any better. Where are all the bad guys at? Well, there's one pack of enemies.
That was a worthy foe.
Ah, shoot.
Yes. By all that is holy, do you see that enemy over there?
I don't have enough spirit.
Yeah, that'll be a weapon for Cormac. There you go.
Good thought.
Boy, when a legendary drops and it's not even an upgrade, that's disappointing. At this level, oh man, I should be level 70 and then some before I start finding legendaries that aren't automatically upgrades. That really sucks. Finally! Wow. That bounty sucked.
It cannot be done.
There we go. Now it's all coming together. Quite a few upgrades from that one. There, finally got my last active skill category, so let's get my generator put on left trigger where I like it to be. And then, I don't really use the mantra of salvation, but I like to have a mantra up, so until I get to mantra of conviction, I can have my other mantras on the A button. So like earlier when I was having difficulty attacking enemies because there was chests and captured villagers in the way, I don't have to deal with that now because now I have my generator on left trigger instead of on the A button. So I won't be trying to activate things when I'm just trying to punch enemies. Doesn't matter what class I'm playing as, I put my generator on the left trigger, and really, if I had a choice, I would just make it so that way it was that way from this very beginning, not like when you roll a new character and your basic attack is on the A button. I'm not a fan of that at all. Oh, there's always one skeleton in some corner that I miss. There he is. There's my next passive skill slot. I can get some more spirit regeneration going now. Okay. Exalted Soul. Transcendence. Chant of Residence. Gain 4 spirit per second when a mantra is in effect, and also reduces mantra activation costs by 50%. I'll take that one. And then I'll take Exalted Soul when I get to level 30. And then I'll be pretty good on my spirit regen. I won't have to worry too much about it running out as I spam my spirit abilities a lot more.
Vicious strike.
Once I get my Paragon levels up, I can get my passive running capped out, and then I can change that skill off to something else, but run speed helps you out so much. It's really subtle, but really, even the 10% run speed boost gets you everywhere so much faster. Run speed is always the first secondary effect I cap out. Especially when you're playing as a melee character and you spend so much time just chasing after enemies. Run speed really helps you out. Definitely not gonna clear this. The clear 5 waves chests are always tough. Especially with the Blood Clan, who can make themselves invulnerable with those dang shields. There we go. Ruins of Secheron. Since I'm being sent here anyway, I'll go ahead and grab the Herodric Cube while I'm in the area. I know it has a different name, but I always call it the Herodric Cube, because that's what it was called in Diablo 2. No, I know it has a different name here in Diablo 3.
Baal has invaded Secheron, but we will fight until we are no more. For we are all that stands between him and our sacred mountain. And I swear, by the blood of Bokathos, hell will pay dearly for each of our deaths.
Ooh, I think I've got Oh, the wind spell, whose name I can never remember. Cyclone Strike. Sweeping Wind, that's right. I love that skill. Let's go ahead and get that put on. Place Blinding Flash, which I'm not even using for tensies. I'm just not using it.
What skill should I be mastering?
Sweeping Wind just adds a continuous damage to anybody who's near me.
He could have been the next immortal king.
And I can make that even better than it already is.
Tribes together since Warras. But can I? Could have been the one to change that.
Every class has a skill where just like the second you unlock it, you immediately start doing better. And for the monk, I really think that skill is Sweeping Wind. The only problem with it is its spirit cost, so keeping it up when you're not fighting can be problematic.
Please, free me from this miserable cave. Wait, you can't need to leave me here. I'm going with you. A worthy choice.
Can you remember what I wanted to pause to do? That's right, I got some legendary pants. Poxfolds! Oh, there's Mystic Ally, too. Cool. I'm not sure Mystic Ally is really worth it right now, because I don't have any of the runes that give you the passive effects, which are what you really want to use Mystic Ally for, but I'll equip it anyway. Alright, now let's head on over to the secondary area here, and oh, here's the entrance right here. And we can get the cube. I was expecting you to have to run much further to find this place.
We showed Baal and his army what it meant to fight true warriors. When Kanai was killed, it froze the spirits of our bloodied ranks. That was when the battle was lost, for he was truly our king.
Kanai's cube, that's what it's called here. The Heraldric cube you get in Diablo 2 is like a cheap imitation of Kanai's cube, but Kanai's cube is the original artifact.
fails.
I need spirit.
This fight is over.
Dren, the last of our seers, prophesied the darkness would soon pass. He was wrong. Mount Ariad exploded and took our souls with it. Many of our dwindling number were lost that day to madness and worse. They are the unclean.
Our opponents may be strong, but I will not stand down. The gods strike through me.
Now that I have Sweeping Wind, I actually have some level of confidence I can do this. I might still not do it. Might still be just a little bit beyond me, but Sweeping Wind will help me out a lot getting 100 kills in this time limit. Oh, it's gonna be close. There we go.
I don't have enough spirit.
Oh yeah. Now we're seeing that Nephilim glory. Fight. Pick things up. Okay. Can't pick things up. It just keeps casting the room. My inventory must be full.
I need to go back.
Either that or the game is freaking out.
Safety at last. You have not only my eternal thanks, but also the thanks of the world at large.
I really don't think the world cares about you. There we go. Yeah, my inventory must have been full.
Defeated.
See, I got a dashing strike rune. Oh, I've gotten a couple, but I haven't equipped them yet because I'm just not at all paying attention to new skills.
Glorious development.
This fight is over.
And here it is. He gives me his nod of approval.
An ice cube. Excellent. You and
I will do great things with this, my friend.
I actually can't do much with it right now, but I'll need it later on, so I may as well get it while I'm here in the area.
The cube was used by my Haradrim brothers in many of their most complex rituals. When its potential became clear...
Well, go to west.
Prides fall. Your resource costs are reduced by 30% after not taking damage for 5 seconds. Well, not so useful for a melee class, but it is still a stat upgrade, so I'll take it.
This will aid me.
Odin's Sun probably has a power on it I want to extract. Yeah. I'll be able to do that with Kana's Cube, but I need to get more marks from quests. And so off to Act 4. Or more marks from the bounties, I should say. Oh, wait. Wait. Gotta spend my gold to upgrade my artisans. So used to them being capped out already that I don't even think about doing it. There we go. Now I can start upgrading Shen. He doesn't cost nearly as much money to level up.
A vicious strike. Is over. The wrath of Yitar.
Demonic rider with nothing to ride. No wonder he died.
To think the world is safer now.
Cyclone Strike. Exploding Palm. And Wave of Light, okay. Nothing I'm using. No runes for me this level.
I cannot open this.
And the Bound Keep quests get a lot easier once I have the gem that lets me walk through enemies, but I'm still a little ways away from getting that thing. Let alone leveling it up high enough to get that buff that just lets me walk through anything. Luckily, I'm still fairly low level, fairly low difficulty. There's nothing really to get in my way. I can just run around them.
The Angelus Council is comprised of the 5 archangels who hold dominion over the high heavens. They determine the laws by which all angels must abide. Each of them embodies a pure aspect of creation. Valor, justice, hope, faith, and wisdom.
There we go. That's more like it. go. That'll probably be a damage upgrade for me. Heck yeah, I'll take that. I'll get an emerald put in it too. That'll really boost its damage up. Although actually, at lower levels, rubies are the better way to go for weapon damage. It's not until you get to level 70 and the stuff that drops in Torment that emeralds give you the real damage boost with weapons. Eh, we'll see. We'll see what happens when I get back to town. Alright. Yeah, that's not an upgrade. Mantra of healing. Need to check my skills I'm using, make sure I haven't unlocked things I should rather be using. Take that one instead. Sweeping wind is still... yeah, okay. That's the easiest form of that chest, but still. I'm amused at how quickly I blew through it. Hello, old hard show. There'll be a new transmog with that helm of the cranial crustacean. Probably have it in non-seasonal, but doesn't hurt to have it now. There we go. There's runes for Sweeping Wind and my Mystic Ally. All the Vortex is at 3 or more stacks. Enemies continuously damaged by Sweeping Wind are frozen. Better than nothing. Generally speaking, things that are alive that long I don't really need frozen. Things should be dying before they have an opportunity to be frozen by sweeping wind is the point that I should be making.
I will not do that.
Flaws are revealed.
This corruption will no longer hold your spirit,
I don't like the look of that.
Clearly it's time to move it up to the next difficulty level, but I'd have to drop the game to do that, so I'll just wait. When I finish this batch of bounties, I will.
It cannot be done.
Should not be taking this long. There we go.
How tastes your fear?
It's delicious.
I am returning to town.
Your go-to weapon.
go. Now I need a Death's Breath to get him any higher than that, but I'm still quite a few levels away from those starting to drop. And Miriam's super easy to level up, doesn't cost hardly anything at all. But that's because her skills are basically worthless until you're at level cap. So sure, go ahead, level her up all the way right away if you want to. You're not going to be able to do much with her. And again, complete a Nephilim Rift. Socket 5 gems into your gear, working on that. Kill Queen Araignée, kill Saidea. Reach level 50, okay. Let's head to Act 5, do the bounties there. I talked about this a little bit when I played through Act 5 earlier in the week, but it really stands out here in adventure mode how this little area is designed. As I go through here, I'm looking for a specific quest to do, but I also do a lot of these little quests along the way because they don't take any time at all to do. Like this one I just finished, and I got a quest bonus, and it took me less than 30 seconds to sweep through here and do it. It's awesome. There are just dozens of these little quests I can do while I'm passing through Quest March trying to do bounties. I love West March. I love Act 5. I mean, this is already one of my favorite games of all time, but if the entire game was like Act 5 is designed, I would just be rapturous about it.
Survive it soon.
We've been here for days. These people can't last much longer.
Take them to the survivors' enclave, quickly.
Well, I just walked in a big old circle. Okay. There it is. There's the plague tunnels.
Our opponents may be strong, but I will not stand down.
The repository of bones, commonly called the plague tunnels, were originally used to bury Westmarch's indigent. However, when the Great Pestilence struck, the city decided the tunnels would serve just as well for plague victims, lest Westmarch become overwhelmed by the ever-increasing piles of the dead.
Survive the firestorm. Get high enough up in Torment, that first little blast of fire that hit me right at the start there, that would have been an instant kill. Luckily, you can mostly ignore it at this difficulty level. I'm not recommending standing in it, but if you just stay moving in it, I think you'll be okay. Serenity Rune. Seven-sided Strike Rune. And that's it. Okay. Nothing for me.
You're in town, hero. Don't you show up in time for a fight?
This is Captain Hiley from Act 3. He turns up here in Act 5, just cuz.
Keep an eye out. I know these.
Just like over in the Westmarch Commons, there's just these little random events you can do for some extra experience points while you're looking for the bounty you're actually charged with doing. Briarthorn Cemetery isn't as dense as the commons are, but it's still the same basic idea.
Rethink your intent. Ha! A vicious strike.
Please, a monstrosity infests my family's crypt, and there's no one to protect it.
She was a ghost the whole time!
What you ask is impossible. My path becomes clearer.
There's my third passive skill slot. That'll be more spirit regen coming my way. And Mantra of Conviction. There we go. Static Charge. Fists of Thunder applies static charge to enemies. Each time an enemy with static charge gets hit by you, there's a chance that every nearby enemy with static charge takes lightning damage. I'll try it. Enemies really should be getting... yeah, like that. They should be dying in one hit, not taking multiple hits so I can get static charge procs. Yeah, that's not good at all. The L. And... Exalted Soul. There we go. Now I should be alright on Spirit for a while. I need to focus more on using my Spirit Spenders now that I've got so much passive Spirit coming my way. Yeah, that's probably one of the... Yeah, that's one of the multi-level dungeons. I don't want to go in there. That's a lot of extra time, and there might be a resplendent chest down there with just items that I'll out-level in a few minutes anyway. It's just not worth my time. Oh, this poor guy. This poor guy. His house is on fire, he's surrounded by Reapers. The Nephilim comes along and saves his life.
Thank you. If I remained in that inferno any longer, I surely would have died.
And then... The animation doesn't work right anymore, but this guy is supposed to jump down and smash that villager. Just completely obliterate him. Oh. Sucks to be him.
Everyone's dead. But I can't seem to remember how. No, not this one. Where is it? I must...
I will not do that.
My master has begun his work on the stone. No. Soon demons spawn like you will be gone forever.
The eternal conflict may come to an end. Today is not.
Nobody in this game knows what the word eternal means.
The demon spawn shall...
Oh, wow. Oh, those are gloves. Okay. I thought that was the, one-handed weapon that dropped. It's my fire ally.
My burden is too great.
Fire ally gives a passive damage bonus. Absolutely will take that.
Flaws are revealed!
Just need to slaughter some more enemies, my goodness. It always kind of sucks when you don't get your enemy kill count after you killed the target, because then you have to run around finding them, and invariably this is the time where the enemy spawn count is a little low. There we go. And off to the battlefield of eternity for my last bounty in this batch.
Outskirts of Pandemonium, a lumbering giant with a gaping hollow at its core. Somehow, it can hide its body away, disguising itself as a mere portal. Those who pass through it are trapped in a distant world, never to be seen again.
Another one of these bounties where having the ability to run through enemies rather than having to run around them helps you a lot, but I got Dashing Strike, so that should be good enough. There we go, I got them all.
Beneath the endless tide.
I am returning to town.
The world is safer now.
A fine choice.
There's seasonal socketing done. Now I have enough marks to start extracting powers with Kanai's Cube, but I don't have any Death's Breath, unfortunately, so it's still gonna have to take a little while longer. But all the bounties are done in every act, so what do I still need to do? Need to do a Nephilim Rift, kill Queen Aranie, and kill Saidea. Okay. Go and kill Aranie.
Your flaws are revealed.
You could just wait for these to come up as bounties and get them done that way, but I'm gonna do the whole thing now while I can. Dashing Strike. Way of the 100 Fist. Runes. Quicksilver. Cool. Okay. Let's see. Dashing Strike Rune I'm using now increases my running speed after I use it. That's mostly what I'm using Dashing Strike for is movement. So I'll stick with that.
The spider captured.
A treasure goblin. The entrance to the boss room is always on a northeast wall. That's why I'm looking for every northeast wall I can find and running up it, because one of them will eventually lead to the boss. Although whether that northeast wall is on the west side or on the east side of the dungeon, I don't know yet.
I used to be one of them. Ordinary, untouched, until your voice came to me. Then I knew how I must serve. I must kill the one who threatens my mistress and the dark power that created her. I have been chosen.
This fight is over.
Might be it. Yeah, there it is. Alright, and now Cydia. Cydia is in Act 3, that's right. Trying to remember whose people's names are. Honestly, I'm super hungry. I can feel how tired it's making me, but I'm trying to wrap this up.
My mind is my own again.
It cannot be done.
Pay for my freedom. I have only my own flesh and blood. Come, maiden of lust lurks below.
So you can rescue these slaves and they help you, but they're basically worthless. I would almost, if I had the option, I would tell them, just go back to town. Just save yourselves. They inevitably get killed down here.
I'll never forget what she made me do.
Alright, and then down here is Sadea.
If you keep this up, I might go.
I will enjoy playing.
She's supposed to get progressively madder and madder at you as the fight goes on, but the fight usually ends so fast she doesn't really get to finish any of her sentences. Okay, so now I just need to finish a Nephilim Rift and get to level 50. I'm still quite a ways off from level 50.
A good choice.
Alright, let's do a Nephilim Rift.
Many Nephilim have stood where you are now, but few succeeded in overcoming.
And Nephilim Rifts are just a little randomly generated area, you know, more randomly generated than the rest of the game already is. Because not only are you in a randomly generated cave, but the lighting is randomly generated too, and that can really affect the appearance of some areas. And the enemies you fight in them are also randomly generated. So this adds a lot of variety. Like here, I got enemies from Act 4 in a cave from Act 2. Got to see Act 3 enemies here. Eventually, Season Play gets to the point where you're mostly focusing on the rifts here, but I'm a long ways off from that point. Nice legendary ring. And I'm just gathering up these orbs to fill up that meter on the left. Once it's full, I fight the rift boss, and the rift ends. Sweeping Wind rune, I'll probably want to equip that.
Feel the wrath of Ytar.
Increases the damage of Sweeping Wind. Yeah, I'll take that, definitely.
Rethink your intent. I will not do that.
Yeah, I was just here in Act 3 to fight Sidea, but now it's in a Nephilim Rift. I heard a treasure goblin. I heard it. I just don't see it. There it is. The odious collector, probably the least exciting treasure goblin, because he drops stuff you can get pretty much anywhere. But treasure goblin's a treasure goblin. I'd rather see an odious collector than nothing at all. Oh, come on. 1%. Let's go. Give me a pack of enemies so I can get this. Where is everything? There we go. Finally.
The Rift Guardian has arrived.
Why can't I equip that? Oh, I'm not high enough level. Wow, okay.
Long ago, I would open rifts for the Nephilim.
Wow.
To help them train
Oh well.
for battle. They fought bravely, facing down enemies in places pulled from the deepest corners of their memories. Ours is a race of great power, but we are nothing unless we temper it with skill. If you are to achieve your birthright, then conquer the rifts and take your rightful place among us. A fine battle.
There we go. Now I just need to get level 50 to finish Chapter 1 of the season journey, which gets me absolutely nothing, but I can start working my way into Chapter 2 then. Beat a Nephilim Rift on Expert, craft a level 70 weapon or armor piece, max out all my artisans, you know, etc, etc, etc. Broken Promises. Basically a crit ring. There are worse rings you can find. Alright, but that's gonna have to do it for a little while, because if I don't eat something soon, my stomach will start eating itself. My name is Andrew, I am part of the Switch Focus podcast, where once a week we get together and we talk news and games on Nintendo Switch. We're kind of in a lull week this week. It's a slow week for releases, but that's okay, because next week we got Decay of Logos, Collection of Mana is out, and then after that is September. If you haven't looked at the release window for September on Switch, it's... I don't know how I'm going to keep up. You can find us on Stitcher, TuneIn, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and other podcast services by searching for Switch Focus, or you can visit our website at switchfocuspodcast.com. You can see all my streams live at twitch.tv/playcritically, or all my past streams at youtube.com/playcritically. I will continue on with more of my Season 18 Monk over the course of this weekend, and then I'm just going to play the rest of the season without streaming. So tune in for that. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you again.